Hey, today we're fortunate to be interviewing the creator of that wonderful new book, You and I Are Intertwined, author Joe Dyson. Hey, Joe.
Hi, thanks for talking to me today about my book.
Well, Joe, how did you write this book?
Well, sometimes like this. And then there was one time I did it like this. That was tough.
Have you ever tried it like this?
No, of course not. Why would anybody ever do that? What a weirdo.
Well, what was the hardest part of the book?
The hardest part of the book? I'd say the cover is probably the hardest part compared to the others. The pages are pretty light, but I'd definitely say the cover is the hardest part of the book.
Is there anybody out there who shouldn't read You and I Are Intertwined?
Probably the illiterate. Unless, of course, they can read, then there's no problem.
What can you tell me about Lulu?
She was one of my old girlfriends. In fact, she's in the book here.
Lulu?
Oh, I'm sorry. Lulu is the publisher, right. Lulu.com, where you'll find books by Joe Dyson.
Oh, so your publisher is your old girlfriend?
No. Well, why would you think that?
Well, now, what else can you tell us about You and I Are Intertwined? About a fellow who belongs to a social networking site on the internet and then becomes reunited with old friends from over 30 years ago and then gets the chance to go back home and see all these people again.
I don't want to give anything away. I really hate to spoil it for anybody.
Is this book really the sequel to Never Entertained During Watermelon Season?
I wouldn't call it a sequel. I would call it maybe a subsequent development, or maybe the next chapter, or the continuation of a story, but I wouldn't call it a sequel.
Well, that just about wraps it. Thank you, author Joe Dyson.
I'd just like to say, if you still have a job, or if you still have a sense of humor, this is just the book for you. Go to lulu.com/Joe Dyson.
And friends out there, I'd just like to say, being privy to an advanced copy of You and I Are Intertwined.
Well, anyway, over here on page 35 of the book is probably the funniest line.
Yeah, we're done.
Pretty much in the whole book.
It reads like grease.
Well, in fact, I'll tell you what. Why don't I just read the whole book for you? Yeah, okay. Let me start here with page 1.
Oh, hell. Buy it, you'll laugh your ass off. Good night.
I would like to tell you one of the funniest portions of the book. I put a lot of time into this one portion, and in fact, I dedicate this portion to my mother and father. They were very close to me, and I was very close to them. And actually, we lived next door to one another, which...